on such a paranormal binge right now. I cannot get enough. I circled back around to the prequel novella for the Alpha and Omega series by Patricia Briggs, and suddenly the first book in this series makes so much more sense. For those of you who have not picked up the series yet, you have to start with the prequel novella. This is not one of those series where the prequel novella just gives you complimentary backstory or anything like that. No, this novella is the beginning of the story, so if you don't read it, it's like not reading the first several chapters of a book and then just diving in. Anyway, this was a great novella. I loved it. It got me right in the heartstrings. Then I picked up book number 2 in the series, which is Hunting Ground, and I gotta say, I loved the novella, but when I weigh the first 2 full-length books, I still like the Mercy Thompson series much, much better. But this was still an enjoyable read where the 2 main characters road trip to Seattle to negotiate with werewolf packs from around the world. Okay, so Amanda from the Marvelous Reading Room was like, Gwen, you have to read this for me. It looks so ridiculous. This being a book she found on Amazon called The Lion Kings. Yeah. So anyway, she essentially blackmailed me into reading this and promised she'd read it too, which I'm pretty sure she has not. Anyway, so I was like, okay. I started the book and figured out pretty quickly that this is circus-themed were-lion 3-way erotica. I believe my immediate tweet to Amanda was, But here's the thing, it was just kind of meh. It wasn't well written, but it wasn't badly written enough to be hilarious. But not many people can say they've read circus-themed were-lion erotica, so that's checked off my bucket list. Anyway, so continuing on in my quest to read everything the writing duo of Ilona Andrews has ever written, I read the first book in the Innkeeper Chronicles, which is Clean Sweep. Our main character, Diana, is a supernatural innkeeper, so her guests are all essentially aliens with magical powers. And she's, I describe her as a type of hearth witch, I guess. So her powers are tied to the inn itself, which is kind of cool. I just like anything where walls open up and swallow people. There's also a werewolf neighbor and a vampire guest, and a lot of trouble ensues. This is no Kate Daniels, but is still a lot of fun. You can't really go horribly wrong with Ilona Andrews. Speaking of Kate Daniels, I had to pick up the next in the series, which is number 6, Magic Rises. This one is a road trip book where they take a trip to Europe, protect a pregnant princess who's carrying a set of twins fathered by 2 different men, and there's a second princess who has her eye on Kate's mate. This was not my favorite of the series just because this specific version of the jealousy plotline is always so very plot holy and takes a lot of contrivance to make it happen. But ignoring that, the trip to Europe is fun, the new atmosphere and challenges are fun, so I still liked it smashingly. I am also hurtling forward in the Elder Races series by Thea Harrison. This is number 7, Knight's Honor. In this one, Tess is being chased by a djinn, an all-powerful genie. So she takes refuge with a vampire by becoming what's essentially his servant, who he also gets to drink the blood of. The books in this series I either really like or just don't, and I really liked this one. There was a definite tension in the plot, and I liked the characters, their relationship. It's good stuff. Okay, I picked up a new series, which is the Georgina Kincaid series by Rochelle Mead. First book is Succubus Blues. This is a paranormal series about a succubus whose day job is in a bookstore. And I don't know, this is so obviously just the tip of the beginning of a long, drawn-out storyline. It's kind of hard to judge. It seems like it might be promising, but it could also go very, very wrong. I guess I'll keep reading out of curiosity to see which way it breaks. Alright, continuing on with my beloved Charlie Davidson series is book number 7, Seventh Grave and No Body by Dorinda Jones. These books have kind of 2 facets. One is a paranormal supernatural facet, and the other is a detective story. In this one, on the paranormal side, the 12 hellhounds are after Charlie and Ray's, and on the detective side, there's a rash of mysterious suicides linked by spookily similarly worded suicide messages. This series is just rock solid. I really liked this one. I just love that I'm 7 books in and still excited for the next book. Book 8 was actually just published this month, so I need to pick it up. What books are you looking forward to coming out this summer?